How do you like having these pointing at you, bub? No, this isn't Logan, it's Barry Sandoval, but I do have real props from the movie X-Men 2, X-Men United. Yes, these are Wolverine claws that were used by Hugh Jackman in the movie itself, and I'm just showing you one, but of course we got the set of two, one for each hand, and as you can see here, you loop your fingers through here to give that effect as if the claws are coming out of the back of your hands, just like Wolvies. Now we'll get to more X-Men matters in a second, but first let's go to the early days of strip art here. And this is a George Harriman hand-colored Crazy Cat Sunday from 1922, one of the earliest selections in the auction and one of the best. Now move up to 1942, it's Hal Foster, Adventure on the High Seas, Prince Valiant. And if you've seen these Val originals in person, you know they're really good size, 26 by 34, and look great on the wall. 10 years later, 1952, it's Charles Schulz, The Peanuts. And look how young everybody looks here. This is just a couple years into the strip, and Snoopy really looks like just a little puppy. From the same year in the comic book side, it's a 1950s Cold War scene. It's Al Feldstein, the cover of Weird Fantasy number 11. And now you think of Al Feldstein for humorous type drawing more often than not, but here you see that he was quite a talented illustrator as well. About 10 years after that, here's Amazing Spider-Man number 12, page 14, by Steve Ditko, featuring Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus. Fast forward 6 years from that, now we're in 1970, and the Spidey title was in the hands of John Romita Sr. Now when the Romita Spider-Man cover from this era comes on the market, it's a big deal, so don't miss out on this one. Now of course DC had some pretty darn good artists at that same time too, and how's this for a combination? Bernie Wrightson inking Neil Adams. We've actually got a couple of different pages from this story in the auction, this story being Green Lantern number 84. Now here's a moment no X-Men fan will forget. It's the death of Jean Grey from X-Men number 100. These are the last 3 pages of the story, and as you probably know, usually these sequences will get broken up when they're sold, so it's a rare opportunity that you can get a whole sequence like this all with one bid. Now in the 1980s, it's The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller. This is a splash page of Batman and the new Robin, and it's just one of 3 strong Dark Knight pages we have in this auction. Also in the sale are 3 Watchmen covers, the covers to Watchmen 4, 5, and 6, all by Dave Gibbons. And you see number 6 here, of course that's the Rorschach test tying in with Rorschach, the famous character from the story. Now the highlight of our comic book selection is a superb run of early Golden Age Batmans, and this might be the best of all. It's Batman number 3. You don't see black cover books from 1940 in 9.2 with white pages very often. On the Timely front, it's all select comics with Timely Marvel's 3 top heroes making their attack on Hitler's Berchtesgaden hideaway. And Silver Age-wise, the highlight of that section is this very fine copy of Amazing Fantasy number 15, which of course is the first appearance of Spider-Man. We've also got a high-grade Journey into Mystery 83, the first Thor, and also a Near Mint Plus 9.6 copy of Daredevil number 1, which of course is the first appearance of Daredevil. So back to me and my adamantium friends here, or simulated adamantium anyway, and yes, if you were wondering, I do have claws in my contract. So I'm showing you them a little bit now, but you can see a much better image online, and you can also see the 1,200 other lots I didn't have time to mention here, so check all of them out at ha.com.